Hello fellow nerdmaids and nerdmaids-to-be, my name is Faith, and today we're doing something a little different. I'm going to be talking about all the meetups I did in my fall 2018 tour. So for those of you that don't know, last year, well I guess actually 2 years ago, I took an internship with this company called Secret Keeper Girl, and we traveled all around the United States doing shows for moms and daughters in various different churches. I was their first female production manager, meant that I was doing all the sound, lighting, and media, which was very fun for me. As well, I got to live on this fancy tour bus and work with some of the best people I've ever met and travel with them all across America. That was one of the perks, and since I had days off in various cities, I thought that, hey, it'd be fun to meet up several mermaids. So this is the first leg of my tour, taking me from September to about November, and the first meetup I did was in Texas. I had a lot of days off there, and the first day off I had where there were other mermaids was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is this massive urban sprawl in Texas. And I met up with the wonderful mermaid Serena, and she spearheaded a gathering with a bunch of mermaids. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot on camera, but I met up with Severn the Merman. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyways, he was super cool, and he had a Mernation Genesis, as well as Serena, which was the first time I'd seen one of those tails. It was also neat to swim with them because Serena had also made me the little orange crown you're seeing in the video, which has quickly become a staple of mine. Also, that day was the first time I wore Get Mermaid magic scales, and I absolutely adored them. This was just a really fun meetup. I loved how inclusive everyone was, and the totally wildly different types of tails. It was really awesome, and I had a great time. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I think they're called the Texas Mermaid Squad. Anyways, they're super awesome. Just about a week after I met up with the mermaids in Dallas, I was also in the Fort Worth area again for another day off. This time I swam with another different mermaid. This is Shay Minty. She's wearing the blue Pokemon themed tail from Virtuoso. So I am also wearing my Virtuoso tail, and oh my gosh, it was such a splash. We just swam in my little hotel pool because on days off we stayed in hotels, so you know we could have a place to shower and whatnot. And Mally from the previous meetup was there, as well as Serena, and she was wearing a mermaid ink tail, which I'd never seen before. I mean, it's nice to have tails for the Mahina, and by the way, all of us that had Mahinas had the same blue Mahina, which was very fun. But yeah, I don't think I really want to review a mermaid ink tail after seeing one in person, but it was a really fun swim, just a nice casual 4-person meetup, although that experience definitely made me realize that hotel pools are good for 4 people and less, and quickly the water clarity becomes very poor. But hey, a free place to swim, right? And then we went to Chili's after, and they said, "Hi, welcome to Chili's," and I almost lost it. The next meetup I did was in Northern California. I had the day off in San Francisco, and while my team went and frolicked, I'd been to San Fran before, so I decided, hey, how about a meetup instead? And it was really fun. Mina Monster, she reached out to me and we organized it together. She has a little pod called the NoCal Nerd Pod. I don't know if they still exist anymore, but I'll leave a link if they do. This was such a fun swim because of how diverse the entire pod was. We even had a pirate with us, which was amazing. And I actually got to see a few of these guys back at the California Mermaid Convention this past summer, which was really, really cool. Also, this was probably the best pool I had in the fall tour. Look how deep it is, and it was long and sunshiny, and I absolutely loved it. California is definitely one of my favorite places to visit, and look how strong some of these swimmers are. Amazing. We went out for sushi after, and it was really cool to see the Bay Area, San Francisco area from the perspective of someone who's lived there. Anyways, that was a good time. This was, I believe, October 6th. Okay, so this isn't a meetup, but I just have to show some footage of it. We went to Santa Barbara for 4 days, which was incredible, and it is now one of my favorite cities on the planet. I'm already planning my honeymoon to it. Anyways, it was a really, really good time. I swam in the ocean with my Mahina. Yes, this was in October. This was Canadian Thanksgiving. It was the best Thanksgiving I've ever had. And there's some of my team walking on the beach, and it's just a gorgeous place. There's all these cliffs and an amazing place for surfing in California. And here I am doing some body surfing with my Mahina. And yeah, it was cold. It wasn't that cold, but I actually came back here on a road trip with my family during Christmas, and I did exactly this again, and it was so worth it. So Santa Barbara is a good place to visit.
So I'm here at the Bellevue Aquatic Center in Seattle, and this is the biggest mermaid meetup I've done out of the country anyways. There's a lot of mermaids here, and there's a lot of fin-filled fabric tails. Let me take you for a tour.
So that in itself was pretty self-explanatory. This is my meetup in Seattle, and oh my gosh, we had so many people come out. Now this is already a pretty established pod, but apparently I draw a crowd. and I met so many incredibly amazing, talented merfolk. The thing that really struck me about this is that I think the pool they swam in isn't very well balanced, so goggles were a really big part of this culture. So everyone had decorated goggles, and it was really inspiring and awesome. And I had my friend Laurel with me. She was helping me film, and she even tried to tail, but took it off fairly quickly. Love you, Laurel. Anyways, we had a really, really good time, and I would love to come back to Seattle or maybe even do a joint pod meetup, because they're not too far away from me. There definitely were a lot of Finfolk fabrics, but there was also some incredible self-made tails like the one you see on the left. Absolutely amazing. The Seattle pod is filled with talent. So if you are interested in joining them, if you're anywhere in Seattle, click the link I'll leave in the description. After a few shows in Seattle, I actually had a bit of break from tour, so I went back home to Canada, which was lovely, and I did a meetup. Now I am wearing my silicone tail for the first time in several months, so that was really awesome to get to see Galaxy again. My swimming wasn't awesome because it was the first time in several months. But anyways, Mermaid Kaida was there, she's in the black tail, and she filmed some stuff because I lost my footage, so thank you for her for giving that to me. It was so nice to see my pod again, I really missed them, and look, there's Amanda, Mermaid Amathea. You can't tell because she's wearing a Finfolk fabric tail and top, but that's her right there doing the backflip, and it was so nice to see her, and our photographer Mike was there, which was lovely. And overall, I just love being able to see my pod again. I'm so thankful that I was able to get back to my home. And it was a Halloween meetup, so we had some spooky style tails there. I unfortunately forgot my top, so I just wore a black bra that I was wearing. But you know, it's fine. It was spooky. It was black and stripy, so like Jack Skellington, am I right? Anyways, that was good. After my little break from tour, we went through Colorado and then Kansas and then finally Iowa, and you would not believe that I found a mermaid in Iowa. Actually a merman. His name is Travis, goes by Merman Chatfish, and oh my gosh, was it such a fun time to get to swim with him, because we were able to talk about both mermaiding, lifeguard, and tech stuff as well, so it was really nice getting to swim with him. I know the pool clarity isn't awesome in my hotel, but hey, it was a good time. I really enjoyed getting to see him. We are both wearing some fin fun tails. He also has made his own tail, which I got to see at that swim. Also, I was wearing a two tails monofin inside of this fin fun tail, which I hadn't done before, but the two tails monofin is a little smaller and a little more travel friendly, so that's why I had it with me. Who would have thought that there are mermen in Iowa? So if you are out that way, which is pretty much the middle of nowhere, hit up Merman Chatfish and he'd be willing to swim with ya.
Hi everyone, I am in Chicago. We had dinner and now we're gonna do a meetup and it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited to swim. Except this pool is like real cold.
Oh, Chicago, I can't say enough good things about the Illinois Merpod. They are run by the amazing Lori, also known as Whimsy, who is in the Oracle Finfolk fabric right there. And we had an amazing swim together in this gorgeous college pool. There were so many amazing merfolk there, and everyone is just so friendly and diverse and really happy and supportive to swim with each other. There's an Aqua Mermaid school, and everyone was just really happy to have me there. I enjoyed getting to know them, and I'm still friends with a lot of them to this day. I managed to swim with them again the next tour too. So if you are in Illinois, I would highly recommend checking out the Illinois Merpod. They are one of the most fantastic, active, inclusive pods I've ever had the chance of coming across. And look, she even let me borrow her Mertailor fantasy fabric tail. So all in all, this was probably one of my favorite meetups I did on this whole tour, and I can't wait to go back again. This next one isn't a meetup, this is just when we were in Michigan, I believe. This is my teammate Abby, she is borrowing my two tails. She was an extremely fit and beautiful, graceful person, so I said, hey, maybe you should try being a mermaid, and she absolutely loved it. So this is one of the most magical things about getting to experience life with a bunch of different people, is that I can show them my strange, weird hobby. And so Abby, if you're watching this, I still think you should buy a tail, maybe hit up the Illinois Merpod, because they're pretty cool. Now, can you believe it? We are on my last meetup of tour. This is in Minneapolis. Now, the funny thing is that we stayed right near the Mall of America, but I was super sick the whole time that I had the days off, so I didn't even end up getting to go to the Mall of America, but thankfully I was feeling at least a little bit well enough to do this meetup. But I was still really happy to get to meet Haley. She's Mermaid Haley. She is a Fin Fun ambassador, and she was really, really sweet and genuine to swim with. And she also got her mom to be a mermaid, which was really, really cute, and I absolutely loved seeing them together. It was really, really fun. It was a good last swim of my tour. This was just in my hotel pool, and we had a few other merfolk join us towards the end.
I love the black fajita. I'm considering actually getting one for myself, just because I love the look of it. Oh, it's so cool.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of footage of all of us together, but it was a good swim, and if you are in Minneapolis, hit up Mermaid and Haley. So that is all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting to see a bunch of my different travels, as well as different pods that you may not have known about. If you want to follow me, I am at NerdmaidFaith on everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I also have a Patreon and an Etsy if you would like to support the channel. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below what your favorite swim in this little compilation does. If you guys like this video, I'll do another one from my spring tour. Love you guys, and I'll see you later.